Okay.
Morning, Doc Hosen. Hello,
Hi,
good
good
morning,
morning.
Doc Hosen.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
How are you, bro?
I'm fine. Oh, you're using the word po, sir. Okay. Doc Hosen, I am Arlene Tomines Carlos, master teacher of Sukad National High School and a part-time lecturer of Colorado Global School in Colorado, USA. And my partner here is Ma'am Maria Joy Cruz, and she will introduce herself. Yes, Ma'am Joy.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Arlene, and of course, our distinguished guest, Dr. Mosharoff Hosen. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Madam Majoy and Ma'am Arlene. I'm
Yes.
really privileged to be here. Actually, this is my very first time for me. It would be the new experience. I don't know what I should address. Yeah, and glad to see all of you. Thanks.
Okay. And we have here also the beautiful secretaries of Beyond Books Publication, my Ma'am Laika and Ma'am, how about the other one? Laika and
Angeline.
Angeline. Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
Hi, good morning, all of you. Good
Okay.
morning, Angel.
So we must feel more comfortable with them, with their presence, because they're much more beautiful than us. Okay, so to have a brief introduction with Dr. Mosharoff Hosen. Dr. Hosen here is a working as a lecturer in Department of Accounting and Finance in UCSI, University of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He obtained a Doctor of Philosophy for his PhD in degree from the Faculty of Business and Finance, University of Tunku Abdul Rahman or UTAR in Malaysia and obtained a Master of Science in Islamic Finance from INCEIF Malaysia. His research interest includes knowledge management, finance econometrics, corporate governance, organizational behavior, Islamic finance, and educational system. Dr. Hosen published his work appears as CAA. What is CAE, Sir Hosen?
Computer and Education Journal. This is a top tier SSCI journal, impact factor 8.18, no, 11.18 now. It's
Okay,
top
thank
ranked
you.
journal, yeah.
Thank you, sir. And EAM. EAM is?
Economics and Finance Journal.
Okay, another one is MJLIS, JFAS, and IJSE. Another one is QFE and IJBS. And the last one is IJFS, among others. Okay, so maybe only those who can understand the accounting and business and finance will be the one who understand the jargon of this or the abbreviation of this, Dr. Hosen. Okay, and to continue, thank you again for gracing our organization, the Beyond Books Publication, to have you as our interviewee for today. And for my first question, Sir Hosen,
Yes.
I presume that Dr. Hosen here is a very good in numbers, and because he is teaching accounting and finance, Sir Hosen, can you describe how Dr. Hosen as a lecturer in Malaysia?
All right. First of all, I would like to gratitude to Ma'am Arlene Carlos for your generous introduction to me. Even though
Yes.
I'm still, I could say, it's very young and early research and teaching career. I just started my career, teaching career last year, end of last year. You can say the early first year, first of this year. So I'm quite new in teaching uh, and research. Um, all right, yes, as I am teaching mostly the finance course. For example, this semester I'm taking financial management, equity analysis, and merger acquisition, strategic financial management. This kind of course. So yeah, I mean, for me, teaching I'm very passionate about teaching, but when you want to teach something, students must need to have a certain level of knowledge. Otherwise, it will be
Yes.
very difficult for them to cope up what we are going through. And and apart from the teaching, I am also doing research. Just now you mentioned some surname or a short form of some journals name. All are the journals that
Yes.
I published. So I would not say I am the good researcher, but I am the learner, good learner. I'm
Okay.
continuously learning from you here today. I'm come here not just sharing my I would not say knowledge, sharing my experience, like what I am going to, what I am doing, what I am expecting, and what's my goal. So that's things only. So yeah, for me, I'm still in the learner session, and also I always tell my students, in order to learn things properly, prepare yourself, discipline
Okay.
yourself, cope up with this environment first. Then you start learning. If you don't set up your mind, it will be very difficult to learn. So mind setup is maybe the the initial or the first failure of learning.
Okay, their
Uh,
mindset, right?
yeah.
Doc Hosen, okay. Oh, maybe Ma'am Maria Joy here have another question or follow-up question.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say I'm pleased to meet you, Dr. Hussein, and it is an honor for me to interview a respected researcher of UCSI University, one of the best university all over the world. And of course, I would like to say thank you, Dr. Leonilo, for giving me this opportunity to interview this very honorable researcher. Okay, so while reading your bio notes, Sir Hussein, I can't believe that I have this opportunity to interview you, and you have mentioned that you are new as a lecturer and as a researcher. So as a research advocate, I would like to focus my question on um, among all the paper that you publish, um, I would like to know what is your best paper and why did you say that it is the best?
All right. Thank you, ma'am, ma'am, Dr. Mariana Joy. Okay. Among of so far, I have published as of today uh, 12 Scopus and Web of Science in that journal. So I would say my best publication is Computer and Education Journal. So my research mostly students' knowledge sharing behavior through social media. Nowadays, as we all know, students are, it's a digitalized society we are belonging now. Students, they don't like to follow the traditional way that we used to learn before. So they use, I in my paper, in my that research, we want to investigate how students use social media platform like Facebook, Messenger, LinkedIn, and so on. All others, Instagram and Dropbox, all other social media or all other online activities, how they utilize apart from the uh, as we all know that we have a CN, LMS to share. This tool actually they use for university purpose only. They don't share their personal opinion through these sectors, but the social media is widely accepted, and and also it's easy to use, and those who have no knowledge they can use the social media. So we argued that in that paper, we argued that social media is very convenient, and we hypothetically proved that students do share more their knowledge and experience through social media instead of the university's certain platform. So and also interestingly, and our reviewer for this paper, they accepted, and they say when we submitted to the Computer and Education Journal. This is actually top rated journals, one of the in computer and education domain. So this holding impact factor is 11.13 or 18, is 11 point plus, is considered like top 10 journal in this world. So it's not easy, and their acceptance rate is like 5 to 7% only. So so I can consider I was the lucky person in that sense. And more interestingly, our collaborator for this research is from Australia, UK, and US. So I'm the first author, and I invited them to join in this project. So yeah, finally, this project already on here. You can see we published it last year, and after today, as of today, we received 54 citation already.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for that answer. And I can say that you're a really good researcher. You really know what is needed by our students, especially nowadays that our students are technology adept. And of course, you need
Yes.
to address their time span, their attention. So if we're going to use the social media, we can get their attention and they are more on learning. Okay, thank you for
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
Ma'am Arlene. Next
Yes,
question, please.
and Doc Hosen, follow-up question regarding with the question of Ma'am Joy here. And during the implementation of your research study, that is during pandemic, right? Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. And during the implementation of your research study and with the collaboration with other countries, um what are the challenges that you encounter because you cannot control those students so are using the social media? So what are the challenges?
All right, we give some recommendation. We found some, we can say like disadvantage of using social media also. What are those? Some students, they're mostly wasting their time instead of using the productive way. So they use a lot of their time, they waste their lot of time, and also some students that don't use social media as a productive manner. And another things is while they use the social media, they don't and some students they don't interested to share. They think that if they share information, they lost their identity. And we had in our model we have a one construct is called is called the culture, how the culture impact on sharing. So as Malaysia is still considered as a individualistic culture, So they are may not interested to all students may not, I mean some students may not interested to share, and also they may not trust while they are share, because when they are attempt or intend to share, that time they may think, okay, if I share information, other my listener or other party counterparty who will receive my information, they may criticize it badly. So that fear, the hidden the if they think other person they will criticize badly, that intends to not to share. So yeah, this kind of findings we found. But what recommendation we made recommendation, social media should be used more convenient way, and the university can encourage students to use social media. And also in the side by side, in the normally the university they have LMS, they have a CN to share their internal university knowledge. So instead of this platform, they can create a social media platform. Is they can give this opportunity so that students can follow. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Okay, thank you, Doc Hosen. Maybe another question from Ma'am Joy here. And Doc Hosen, he joined us here, Dr. Dionilo Capulso, our CEO.
Hi, my friend. I have
Hi,
10 minutes
how are
break,
you?
so I have to join you guys.
All right, how are you, Dr. Doy? Are you okay?
I'm handling about 40 scholars also discussing educational technology.
Wow,
So
sounds very interesting. Thank you, doctor, for having me here.
I'm glad
I'm really glad.
I've been seeing you, but I cannot hear you because I'm using the other platform. Okay, I'm just
Oh,
listen. Doc Joy and Doc Arlene will take charge.
yeah,
Okay,
sure,
thank you
sure.
so
Thank you,
much,
Doc.
Sir
Thank you so much,
Yonilo.
sir.
Okay, so going back to our question, Ma'am Joy, do you have a follow-up question again with
Uh,
Doc Hosen here?
okay, so I just want to ask Dr. Hussein if he don't mind, if he can share with us some tips on how to be a good researcher.
All right. First of all,
Excuse me, my friend. By the way, Doc Joy and Doc Arlene, I call him Mosh, Doc Mosh.
Doc
The
Mosh,
Mosh, Doc
okay.
Mosh, okay. So I think it is much better.
yeah, my name is quite long. You know, all I hear my fellow colleagues, friends also they've said your name is too long. Can you give me the short? That's why I said that you can call me Mosh.
Mosh,
Okay, thank
okay.
you for that.
All right, ma'am. Okay, you were asking some tips, right? As I said earlier, I'm still early career researcher and I'm learner. So what I do, I'm just telling is my from my experience, but it might not be applicable to many of you maybe. But as an early career researcher, main first things we should have, as I said, a mindset and also open mind to learn. Many senior professors that will criticize even when we submit a research paper to the journals, straight away they do the text rejection many times. But if we give up at this level, we cannot publish our work. So rejection considered as a norm for publication. So we need to take it easy. And second, and another important things would be when reading, always keep ourselves updated to learning new methodology, for example, previously there was no COVID, so people that no need to learn how to do take class online, how to do everything online, right? So we adopted when the COVID came, we changed ourselves from physical to online. The same things when we are as a researchers, when there is a new norm, new term coming on, So we need to grab and do research on it. For example, now is previously we used to do the traditional banking. Now we have a many different platform. It can be a fintech, financial technology, and also AI, blockchain. All those are very common trend now. So we need to learn this new updated or upgraded methodology, upgraded technology, how we can do our activities better by using this upgraded technology. So as a researcher, we need to be always upgraded. And also, I believe that we need to be disciplined and perseverance. No matter how busy you are, how busy we are, we need to allocate time for the research. And also, one more thing is, don't feel hesitate to talk seniors, as I believe the seniors like Prof. Mariam Joy here, Doc Aline here, Ma'am Aline here. So all are seniors. So we need to discuss. Okay, if I want to do anything, I can discuss with them. Okay, from their experience, maybe they can share something that I don't know. So as I believe, we need to share with our seniors. Some students and some researcher or fellow researcher they don't want to share with the senior because the senior they criticize. If they do anything wrong, they criticize. They say better give up, don't talk with the seniors. But I am the opposite way. I always encourage my students if because currently I am supervising some master's students and also undergraduate students. So I always tell, sometimes they fear to talk with me. I say, no, I'm criticizing means you can improve yourself. If I don't do criticize now, if later on the final stage, if the examiner found some mistake at the 11th hour, that time would be more, that time your life would be more difficult. If you correct yourself now, then your life would be more better, right? So I try to convince this way to the students. Yeah, yeah, I think that could make sense. I don't know.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Mosh. And I hope that I can be a good researcher like you and I can publish several researches that are cited. Okay, your researches are being cited by most of the researchers all over the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
madam,
Okay,
you are doing so
congratulations
good.
for that, Doc Hosen.
Thank
And
you, ma'am.
we with your permission, Ma'am Joy, we will go to the other side of the profession of Doc Hosen here.
Okay.
Doc Mosh, as major in finance, and because I've been in Singapore, I work in Singapore before, and I have a chance to go to Malaysia also for sightseeing, and we have to have our passport to stamp on. Okay, so with regard on finances, we are very aware now that we have a rising of commodities right now, and they say globally we will be having or experiencing a food shortage. With regards to our finances, Doc Mosh, um, what what can you advise regarding handling our finances now for this moment? Um, how can we handle our finances? For example, here our CEO has very good finance here. He got a lot of money, and of course, how can we handle it perfectly, for example?
All right. Thank you, ma'am Arlene, for asking these timely questions. Yes, in all over the world, it's becoming unstable, right? If
Yes.
you can see that recently, Sri Lanka declared themselves bankrupt. They
Yes,
are not
bankruptcy.
able.
Yes.
Yes, that they are not able to pay their debt. They are taken from the other countries, right? And actually this, uh, I would say, instability happened due to Russia-Ukraine war. We have to see
Yes.
when you develop any plan, any budget for your respective country, you have to see how is the money inflow and how would be the money outflow from the country. So now the inflation is caused all over the world. If you see the oil price is becoming higher and higher, is they are way beyond to like normal stakeholders. They are, it's difficult for them to buy, right, many things. The inflation rate is higher. So what we need to do as academician, as a, what we need to do, maybe when the government, they think they need to give the priority to their necessary first, no, instead of their luxuries, because now is not time to buy the luxury things. So they can impose extra tax so that government and the normal people, they will discourage to purchase this luxury people. So if they don't do purchase the luxury people, if they import less, that time the money will remain themselves instead of going out from the country. So in that way they can manage their finances. In there they have because recently I would give you a recently three countries from the Southeast Asia, like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. They request loan from the IMF, because if you take the loan, so you must pay, and also interest rate is higher. So that means, so it have a more chance to be bankrupt if you are not able to pay. So that's why when the government need to think about the respective country instead of borrowing. They need to think how to be self-dependent with what they have, instead of borrowing or instead of importing from the other country. And in this situation, they need to give restriction to import, so that if import become less, the money will be within the country, and also they can design their financial, they can take a best strategy that they need. They can give the prioritize, like in which sector, like oil price becoming higher internationally, because the Russia and the Ukraine war. Russia is the largest oil supplier in the world. When they stop supplying oil, the oil price becoming higher all over the world. So now we have to think this way. Okay, what we have oil now is the necessary things. We cannot live without oil. So
Yes.
they give priority oil instead of buying luxury car, luxury yacht, or jewelry, some things like that. So they no need to think the fancy now. By time being, they need to focus on necessary. Yeah, I think I think that could be the.
Thank you, Doc Mosh. And that is why my husband doesn't want to use our car now, because he is complaining of the high price of gasoline. Yes. And
Yeah.
yes. And I am wondering, maybe this is our last question together with Ma'am Joy here. So I am wondering, Doc Mosh, what is the difference of Islamic finance with the other business finances? Because I am looking how is Islamic finance undergo with business.
All right. Thank you for asking this question. So previously, when I was in Bangladesh, actually I belong to Bangladesh. I'm from Bangladesh. So I did my bachelor degree. Bachelor major was banking and finance. So that time I did not know we have a Islamic finance. So I was searching online. So I found that in Malaysia they have a Islamic research center. So since then, I did not know what is the Islam, what is the difference. Like I was like your position, I did not differentiate how it works. So luckily, I was fortunate enough to secure a scholarship here. I came back in 2015. I did my MSc, Masters of Science here. So it's basically they are almost similar, but main things is conventional finance that don't follow Islamic rules and regulation. What does it mean? They say you can Islam according to the Islamic principles. They say you cannot trade anything that is prohibited. That means it should not be involved in riba. It should not be involved in other prohibited in gambling, and also it should not be invest anywhere that are because Islam is Islam. Actually, I'm not proposing anything. Okay, I'm just neutral, but in the neutral situations. So Islam, they believe that Islam is a feast of the feast because you know when they take loan with interest. So when they need to pay interest, so the payment become higher. That time many people are not able to pay. So and because the interest payment system is practicing for a long while, so that's why Islamic, according to Islamic principle, they said you can give some loan, then you can charge a simple money, and this money cannot be predetermined. That means, for example, if you give some money or if you save money to the Islamic bank, they would, of course, you will get some return, right? Because they will use your money, and from there they will make some money, and they will make profit, right? So from that profit they will give a certain portion to you, but according to Islamic principles they would not tell you how many percent you will get. So risk will be there if you are also risk taking. And another principle is, so when you do share money, or you take money from the Islamic bank, so they will consider you as a partner. They will not consider you as a lendee or lender. They will consider you as a partner. Both parties will share loss and profit, but the conventional, they will only take the profit. They will not share loss with you. So that is the, it's many other things that could be the basic things that is differentiate the Islamic and conventional way. And surprisingly, Malaysia, they're practicing dual banking system. That means they have Islamic bank and they have a conventional bank. Yeah.
Thank you for that information, Doc Mosh. And as we would like to have more questions, and of course you will answer us for a more longer explanation, right? But then we have only 30 minutes to consume for our interview with you, and to have last message to us in Beyond Books publication. Any message for the Beyond Books publication, Doc Mosh?
Yes, yeah, actually the Beyond publication, they are doing so good. I have been involving with Beyond publication, and more specifically, our CEO is my very good brother and friend, Leonie Liu. And I call him Dr. Doi because it's more
Yes.
easier, Dr. Doi. And I'm big fan of him. And last time I wrote an article for him also. So and also I did training, and I think they are contributing a lot in the society. So that was we need actually. We need to educate our society. We need to help. We need to share what we learn. So I wish all very best for Doc Doi and also his Beyond Publishing. So I believe after 5 years, there will be the top publisher in not only in Philippines that can contribute more, like Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, or neighboring country. So I wish all the best for Dr. Doi, and I know you can make it. You can enlighten the society, enlighten the surroundings. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doc Mosh and Ma'am Joy. Last word for Doc Mosh here.
Okay, so I would like to say thank you very much, Dr. Moss, for taking the time to be interviewed by us. Okay, and of course, thank you very much, Beyond Books Publication, for giving me this opportunity to interview a good researcher of UCSI University. And Ma'am
Okay.
Arlene, it's so good to work with you.
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you po.
ma'am. You're welcome po. And Doc Hosen, looking forward to see you personally in the future. And maybe if Beyond Books Publication will go to Malaysia, of course we will see you there.
Yes.
And we will not talk about China and Taiwan here, but anyway, what is happening is between them for the two countries. Anyway, Doc Mosh, thank you very much for the inputs.
Thank you po.
We learn so much about what you have shared for us. And yes, Miss Angel, anything po na sasabihin natin kay Doc Mosh?
Let's take a picture muna daw po with Doc Boy and Doc.
Okay, we will take a picture first, Doc Mosh.
Yes, please.
Doc Doy. Wait lang po. Ay, ano ang sister?
Okay, wait, I need to take out.
Let's wait for Doc Doy po.
Okay. One last question, Doc Mosh. Are you still single or married now? Because we have our angels here in Beyond Books Publication. You are very much married or you're still single?
What do you guess? You guess?
I guess you're not yet taken because you're still young. Am I right?
So what about you think? You can think with that, no problem.
Okay. Miss Angel, the
Wait
very
lang po.
very
na po si
handsome
Doc.
gentleman here. So we will wait for Doc Doy.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so I think while waiting, Ma'am Carlos, Doc, you can still ask question.
Okay. Free of charge, Doc Mosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Doc Mosh, how about the students? How can you describe the students in Malaysia with other countries that you came from?
Okay, here students are very bright. You know, in my university, mine is the #1 private university in Malaysia, and my university is 284 the world ranking. Is a top 10 university in Malaysia, including private and public. So we are competing with the public university, and we are considered #1 in Malaysia. So here, those who are undertaking in UCSI University, they are very bright, to be honest, and they are thinking is very smart. You know, some students. Yesterday, I had a meeting. I had a meeting with some students. From the next week, we will have a final exam. So we already finished our syllabus. So this time is like more concentration. So some students they are very smart. They have been investing in US market and they're earning a lot of money. They're very smart. I said, yeah. And I said, how do you know? I said, everything is online now. People know how to manage it. Even though they are young, but they are very smart in upstairs. Their brain is super bright, I would say. During that time, I did not know how to invest, but now they are earning a lot of money. Even the money they are making now is better than us. Oh,
And
said,
you invest also. You invested also.
Yeah, I do invest.
Okay. So one last question, Doc Mosh. If you are going to put up your own business, so what will it be?
Okay, you have to see the company's prospect first, company's profile. So for example, in this time, now the world financial condition is not stable, I would say, because it's very volatile. So sometimes going up, sometimes going down. Even the recently, the Tesla is a world's stable company. Their share also becoming going down. So, and also when you see, for example, it's not only the negative, we have a positive message too. If you buy the Apple share is consistently going up, rising, because no matter what the financial condition, people are still buying Apple. So when the Warren Buffett said, when you invest, if you want to invest, you have to see the, for example, that time in the early 80s, he bought Coca-Cola share. So that time people ask, why you buy Coca-Cola? Because he said, I drink Coca-Cola. All people will drink Coca-Cola. That's why I buy. That means the price will not go down, no matter what the financial condition. People will buy Coca-Cola. And here also the same things for the Apple. Recently, we used to see the price is very going up and down, all the shares, including the Tesla. But the Apple share is going up only. It's even though it's go down, and that's very fast there, come back to the position. So that's why when you want to buy anything, you have to see the company's prospect and also try to buy from the realistic company that you used to for your daily life. Nowadays, if you ask people, don't use social media or don't use your smartphone, people will not listen to you because they are addicted to. If you buy that stock from that company, of course you will gain.
Okay.
So that could be the
So it is still the food that very good in market if you put up your business.
Yeah, tech company is doing good, technology company, and also some oil company also doing good. So you have to see their financial statement, how is their EPS, and how is their earning, and how is their previous record history. Based on that, you can only decide the decision whether you want to buy or not.
Lagi tau. Lambat sikit.
Okay. Okay, Miss Angel, maybe Sir Doy is busy with the workshop.
Apa dia?
Pwede na siguro itong picture niya dito. And you can show now your face, Miss
Aku buat
Angel
video macam mana.
and Laika.
So, tak kunci kamu. Okay, sekarang kamu nak pergi ke tak ni?
And Ma'am Arlene, Ma'am Joy, please
okay.
visit Malaysia, and also Angels, and please visit Malaysia. Come Malaysia. I'm here to host you. All
Aku
right.
baru nak betul tak? Kau
So
dekat rumah lagi?
Okay.
yeah,
Looking forward to that, Doc
yeah.
Mosh.
Please.
Baru cakap kamu mana boleh
Okay.
dalam.
Yeah.
Maybe Miss Angel and Laika, you may take the picture now with Doc Mosh.
One,
Okay, aku
two,
baru nak dia maju. Okay, so.
another one po. One, two.
Ayan, ayun na si Doc Doy.
Yes, finally our Dr. Doi is here.
One more. One, two, three.
Okay.
Thank you very
so much,
Thank you so
Doc
much.
Mosh. Maybe we
Doc.
can interview you again sometime.
Sure. Thank you so
Okay.
much. It's
Bye.
really
Thank you.
glad to learn many things from you. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much.